Are you looking for an affordable truck? Well, let's take a look at Chevy's affordable truck to see if it's worth it. I'll include a link to the Chevy and Murray's website in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for Gage. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 2.7 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy is 17 around town, 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 430 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Turbo Max badge there on the side and pretty good looking hood overall. This is going to come with the baseline halogen lights, and then you've got kind of basic plasticky trim for the grille, but this does have recovery points. And with most of the bumper being body painted, it makes it look a little bit more premium. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20, and yeah, it's got decent all-terrain tires, not super aggressive though. Silverado there on the side, you've got kind of like the plasticky trim in the mirror cap, also on the door handles, and this one has the door-to-door side steps. Chevy still using leaf springs there in the rear. Now looking at the side profile, you can see it has the slightly longer bed, and then it's got the smaller cab. When it comes to key fob features, you got the Chevy bow tie there on the back. On the front, we've got our lock and unlock remote start, and then the tailgate drop down. LED lights here in the bed. We also have bed liner from the factory, and we have an outlet in the bed. Now the tailgate itself is very light, so easy to pop that back up. Chevrolet stamped into the back. Again, you're going to get the more baseline taillights. You've got the bumper steps, and the bumper is painted to match. That is going to cap things off for the exterior. Let's now check out the interior. Kind of more basic with the trim there on the door panel, but you do have a little bit of storage at the bottom. Cloth seats here in the rear, and it looks like you can pick them up, and it's actually a 60-40 split, surprisingly. Definitely more cramped with the room in the back, but I do have some vents and some USB ports, which is a plus. Let's now check out the front. Got a little convex mirror to help out with your blind spot, and then the front driver window is automatic. 1837 is the payload capacity, and then the towing capacity with this truck is 9,000 pounds. More cloth trim here with the front driver's seat, and it is power adjustable with some lumbar support. The passenger seat is manual with the adjustment. This does have a tow mode and no four-wheel drive low, but does have auto and high. Start it up. A little bit more basic with the trim around the steering wheel. Cruise control, that's really the only thing on the steering wheel. This is also equipped with a column shifter. You can manually shift with those little buttons on the column shifter. And yeah, it's going to be a bit more basic with the whole cluster here, mostly analog. You've got that little screen in the center, and you can change what that displays depending on what you want to see. Just a backup camera in reverse. It does have trajectory lines, and then you can also switch it to a tow mode, which is nice. As for the rest of the infotainment system, it does have some physical controls at the bottom section. But yeah, it's quick to respond, has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so even though it's a small screen, it's got what you need. Single zone climate with this truck, and we have shortcut buttons for like the lane departure, auto stop start, tailgate drop down, stability control, trailer brake controls, and then you can see with the little outlet down below with the USBs too. Now this truck is equipped with a bench seat, so it's always a plus, and there's even storage in the bottom section, so definitely practical in the center. 2 glove box lids, the bottom one is lockable, and then no controls really up top other than the lights because the window in the back doesn't open. 2026 Custom, $49,275. Let's see how the Custom performs. Let us set off in the baseline Silverado. And of course, this is just the beginning of 26, so we'll have many Silverado reviews on lots of different packages. But I think it's fitting that we start off with a base model. Sometimes when I review the first vehicle in a model year, it's like a loaded up version, but I'm glad that we're starting with the base model because that means we can kind of go up as the year progresses. Go up in packages, that is. Now the Turbo Max, I've talked to a lot of people about this engine. Although it's not the most economical because it's a 4-cylinder in a pickup truck, it might actually be GM's most reliable powertrain. As I was saying, sorry about the little interruption, this happens actually quite often where someone watches the channel, has questions, and I'm always happy to answer them. So that's like, even though I don't technically get paid for that, it's actually one of the favorite parts of my job is meeting people and talking to them about cars. So, man, this sounds different. Sounds kind of like beefier in a way, and it feels pretty strong in this. crazy. And the steering is very precise, so that's a big plus. Yeah, the torque's great. Man, this thing actually feels pretty quick, genuinely. The top end tapers off a bit though. Again, it's still a turbo 4-cylinder with 300 horsepower. So the top end is going to taper off. Comfortable ride. The seats are firm. That is one thing about Chevys. You're kind of sitting on a park bench a little bit, but I don't mind. I think that firm seats like this kind of force you to have sort of a better posture. That is cool. It's a G-Wagon with a, wow. That's cool. That's cool. You see those a lot in Australia, but not in the US as much. But it's kind of becoming more of a thing here because people are willing to spend more money into their overland rigs. You know, this engine ain't bad. It's not bad. And now that they've improved the reliability, it is a bit more appealing, especially considering all the problems that are happening with the V8. But then honestly, it kind of, in my opinion, it kind of pushes you almost to another manufacturer like Ram that now offers a V8 again, and Ford still offers a V8. It's like, oh, Chevy's V8 has trouble, I'll go and drive a Ram or a Ford V8. So, in conclusion, it's cool that Chevy's still offering a sub $50,000 truck in 2020, well, for the 2026 model year. I know this is not cheap by any means. It's still a pricey vehicle, but you know, when most pickup trucks are 60, 70 grand, this is a bit refreshing, and I like the baseline. I still think the best Chevy to get is the Trail Boss Custom, but if you don't care about the off-road stuff, this has quite a bit of value baked into it. And man, these Chevys do drive quite well. Like the suspension and everything, it's pretty darn well tuned. So let me know your thoughts.